Croeso I bysgota Cymru. Welcome to Fishing in Wales.
You come down here and we'll have a start at the bottom of this pool, should we? So in Wales, we're blessed with a huge variety of rivers, particularly larger game fishing rivers that we're well known for, like the Wye, the Usk, the Severn, the Dee, the Taff. But we've actually got hundreds of other rivers, smaller rivers, streams and brooks all throughout Wales, and a lot of them are tributaries to these famous rivers. And on them, we've got some absolutely fantastic fishing for wild brown trout and grayling in a lot of them. And one of the ways to access these small, intimate rivers is by going through the Fishing Passport Wild Streams Pass, which is a scheme which gives you access to 60 different beats on various tributaries of the Mono, the Wye, the Usk, and even the Upper Taff, which is a brilliant way of getting access to quality fishing. Prices are £85 for a season ticket, which actually runs for a full year, so you could fish for grayling as part of that on the rivers that have grayling. You could also book them as a day ticket between £10 and £20 via the Fishing Passport website, where once you've done your booking, you'll get a beat map and all the directions and everything you need to go fishing. So today we're on a prime example of one of these wild streams in mid-Wales. This is the River Edu, which is a mountain tributary of the River Wye, and it's a really good wild brown trout habitat here, as well as being an important spawning stream for the salmon who come up the Wye here every autumn. So we're going to give it a go on this beautiful wild stream, and today we've got a choice of 4 different beats through the Fishing Passport to fish, a total of 5 miles fishing, and you know, it's fantastic value. So we're going to give it a try and hopefully get a few wild brownies in the net. I reckon that'll have me a fish. Yeah, oh! Well, that was a long range release. Fish just smashed into that then. Yeah. I'm into a fish on the streamer. So there we go, first fish of the day. Beautiful little wild brownie, probably about 9 inches long, something like that. And he hit a streamer really hard. Fantastic take. So we're going to put this little fish back in, and we're going to give it a go and try and get another one.
Welcome to the beautiful and stunning Ithon Valley. The Edu is a major tributary of the Wye, and it's quite famous as a spawning river. Further upstream is the Edu Falls, where people come to watch the salmon leap. Sadly, there are not so many of them these days. But there's much more to the Ithon Valley than the fishing. It's full of historical interest. Just downstream is the famous Llywelyn's Cave. Llywelyn, or Llywelyn the Last, was the last true Prince of Wales, and he spent his last night hiding in a cave above Ithon village. He's called Llywelyn the Last because he was the last recognised Prince of Wales. He did a wonderful job and united the fractured sort of clans of Wales. And then he went head to first with Edward I, which was his undoing, unfortunately. But people still go there almost as a pilgrimage these days. About a mile upstream is the hamlet of Grayling, and here it is rumoured the very last wolf was killed in Wales. Whether that's true is another matter, but that's how the story goes anyway. Other tourist interests is the old medieval church of Llanbadarn y Garreg, and further up the valley there's Glascombe medieval church, and on the side valley Rhylen church. All spectacular churches and well worth a visit for anyone with history in mind. There's brilliant walking, by the way, up on the hills, open access, and in fact you get on top, you get a fantastic panorama of the whole of the Black Mountains and the Brecon Beacons right around to Carmarthenshire, and I highly recommend it. And better still, there's a road that'll take you to the top. So come to the Ithon Valley, you will not regret it. Yeah.
And there we go, picture perfect little wild brown trout off the Ithon, and it's been going okay considering the river's quite low. We've had a couple of fish so far, and we just started off really. Loads of fish in these pools here. We've seen 20-30 fish darting around in some of the bigger pools. Incredible head of fish, but we're going to put this little beauty back and try and get another one. Keep it low. Oh.
Another little beauty from the Ithon, this time on a dry fly. Ceri's been fishing the lure. This is on a small hair's-ear emerger, just to show that variety makes a difference and also makes it more fun. I'll put him back. Away he goes.
So when you're fishing a small to a medium-sized river like this one, you can forget about bringing your long Euro nymphing rods, your 10-foots. There just isn't the room. So you really want a short rod. I like to use an 8-foot or a 7'6" rod, either a 3 or a 4 weight rated usually. Although depending on the size of the stream, and there are some really small ones, you can go down to a 6-foot rod with a 3 weight rating, and you can have plenty of fun with that as well. So the various methods we've been doing today, obviously the first one is dry fly. So either looking for the rising fish or just fishing blind in likely looking spots, and you know that's good fun and a good searching method. The other one, and one of my favourites, would be the duo. So with that we would be using quite a bushy dry fly, like a, you know, it's going to act like a strike indicator. The buoyancy is there in the fly to hang a nymph underneath it, and I would attach probably about 20 inches or so of tippet to the bend of the dry fly hook and attach a small nymph to it and fish that through the deeper runs. And the third method we've been using is fishing a streamer. This probably isn't for the purists out there, but it's basically fishing a small lure tied on a jig hook with a bit of a marabou tail and kind of flicking that into the deep holes and twitching it back, and you can get some really like aggressive responses from the fish. We saw quite a big fish in the pool just down there, maybe a pound and a quarter, pound and a half. He came after the streamer and had a go at it, and really exciting fishing. But one thing I would say, these are wild fish. They're wily, they're crafty, the takes are lightning fast, so you've got to be on the ball. Expect to miss quite a few fish when you're fishing. You know, it's not easy, but it's really rewarding, and yeah, it's just fantastic being out here and enjoying it. Stunning fish, isn't it, that?
Discover fishing in Wales.